Welcome back to Miss Curtis's art class. Today we are going to be making a very interesting Zentangle design, which is a form of art. It was actually created in 2004. It was invented by the two artists named Maria Thomas and Rick Roberts, and it's become a worldwide phenomenon. It's actually used in hospitals. So for patients who are recovering from some type of illness, it helps with anxiety, and it's been taught at the elementary all the way through the high school levels for children as well. Zentangle stands for Zen, kind of like a calm state or a meditative state, and then a tangle. So the design itself is the tangle, and they can be very intricate. So what we're going to do today is we are going to use paper. So you can either use a plain piece of paper and do your entire design on the paper without cutting at all, or you can use two pieces of construction paper and you can draw your hand first, cut it out, and then glue it to another colored piece and then create your entire Zentangle. So I will show you how to use the two pieces of construction paper. However, like I said, you can just use one piece of paper and that works fine as well. All you need is a pair of scissors if you're cutting it out, and then a marker. So I'm going to be using a permanent marker here. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we are actually not going to make a frame and name today. We are just going to start to draw right onto the paper. So I am going to use my green paper, and I'm going to put my hand down and hold it nice and tight, and then I'm going to use my marker to trace my hand onto the paper. Take your time with this, okay? You want to make sure that your marker is going straight up and down as you are tracing your hand, and it's not angled. Reason being, if it's angled, you might not curve your hand or trace your hand accurately, okay? So I'm going straight up and down. Okay, so just like that, I have my hand on the paper. Now I am going to cut my hand out. I'm going to take my time cutting all the way around my hand and my fingers, and then I am going to glue it to this piece of paper. Alright, so now that I've cut out my hand, I'm going to adhere to the paper. You can use tape if you do not have glue available. You can just fold the back of the tape just like so, kind of roll it, right? And if you flip your hand over, you can place these little pieces of tape along the hand and just adhere it by flipping it back over. If you have glue, you're just simply going to use a glue stick, go along, or a couple dots here and there of your glue bottle, and that works just as fine too. If you are not cutting out your hand today, this is what it would look like if you use just blank paper. So you trace your hand and you're just gonna leave it on the paper, and then we're going to start to add our designs. So I'm going to adhere this hand onto the blue paper, and then we are going to create our Zentangle. All right, so now that we've adhered our hand to the paper, we are going to create sections through our paper for our Zentangle design. So I am going to demonstrate that now. So I'm going to take my black marker, and I am simply going to make these curving lines all through the sides of my paper, almost like a tic-tac-toe board. And then you are going to use each section to make a Zentangle. So I'm going to show you how this looks, and then you can get started. All right, so now that I've drawn my different sections here, I am going to focus in on creating a design in each part that is separate. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to show you how that looks. So I'm going to get started, and I can't wait to see how yours looks. So like I said, you could do shapes, lines, and I'm going to put some examples up here on the board. And if you have the blank paper, you can color in your hand whatever color you'd like, or you can color in each section a different color if you'd like to do that as well. Okay, so that is my Zentangle design, and as you can see in each section I created a different design. I also paid attention to where my hand was, and even in the sections that had a part of my hand, I made that part of my hand a different design, and then the opposite color here, for example blue, was a different design in this section. So this is a good way to separate your hand from everything else. So I can't wait to see what you come up with. Remember, the possibilities are really endless for you to pick designs, and you can come up with your own creative solutions for that. Or you can choose some of these that you really like to do. And again, this is a very relaxing way of creating art, and I can't wait to see how yours turn out.